Welcome back. You're watching Metropol Business Center. This is Tech Tuesday, where we talk matters technology, and you can get talking to us on our SMS line 20146. We are live across our social media platforms at Metropol TVKE and me at Tabitha Muthoni G on Twitter. So next we look into how we can embrace game apps made in Kenya for Kenya. Now, every time you play one of a game, you are creating local jobs in growing Kenyan game development industry. But how well embraced are the Kenyan game apps? Joining us is Victor Karume, an app developer and CEO of the King's Pyramid LLC. Karibu sana, Victor.
Asante, thank you for having me.
Okay, great. Now, help us understand, or before we come into what your app is all about, before you take us through that, how best do you feel, or do you feel that people embrace Kenyan game apps made in Kenya?
Yeah, basically the market has been growing gradually, and the pickup has been overwhelming. We have seen people support games made in Kenya, mobile game apps, and now we are coming with board games. And the market is growing. The Kenyan market has been very supportive, I would say so.
Okay, great, yeah, supportive. So we are going somewhere.
Yeah, we are going somewhere. We have what it takes.
We have what it takes, yeah, true. Sure. And I also believe that. Now, the King's Pyramid collection, you can take us through the app, the game app, and what it's all about. You have set it all. You've set it up for us. Take us through it. Yeah.
So what we have here, this is the board game version. It is a 10-in-1 collection, so definitely you can play 10 different games using the same sets of equipment, and you have a rule book that guides you when you want to switch from one game to the next. It tells you this game is supposed to be played in this manner, these are the rules to follow, and so on and so on. So basically here you can see so many blocks, I believe so, with different colors and sizes. So,
and numbers.
And numbers. Yes. Thank you for that. So what we have here, these are puzzles actually. We have so much mathematics and scientific concepts behind the scenes, but all you need to see is what is on the board. So basically what you do, you create puzzles. What we have done right now is called shuffling, whereby you intermix these blocks. Can I say that? Yeah, you intermix the blocks.
I think it sounds okay, yeah?
Yeah, and then there are rules to playing the game. There are rules that require you to sort different colors together. There are rules that have some summation mathematics in them. You're supposed to add some numbers. And these are games that can be very helpful to brain development. Yeah, what we are doing is incorporating the Montessori system into gaming, whereby play and learning is incorporated together, so that one is not boring and one is not losing. Yeah. So we are incorporating play and learning into one thing. So basically, a casual game will take around 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not so sure that's the time I have here.
We can just continue and then, yes.
Yeah, so basically here you're supposed to carry one block at a time while playing. Also, you're not allowed to place a larger block on a smaller block. And in some games, actually, you cannot place blocks of similar colors into each other. So we are looking at the eye-to-body coordination. You're also looking at your concentration, because for you to solve these puzzles, you really need the concentration into the game. And we believe that now this is the best way of you having fun and at the same time learning. The games, yeah, sure.
Okay, yes. So probably we can try, like the 3 has to go with 1, or how does that work?
So there's a game called the 11th Pyramid, in which you're supposed to eliminate blocks, the red blocks and the green blocks from the board, and you're supposed to be left with only the blue blocks, which are supposed to build a pyramid here. And that requires you, for instance, if I were to start with that, that would require me to probably, I would start like that. And so, I really have to plan on these, you know.
Yeah.
These are strategy games, and you can't just go deep into them.
You have to think.
You really have to think to plan your gameplay, and so on and so on.
Yeah. So why is the name King's Pyramid? How did you come about its formation?
Wow, that's an interesting one. Yeah, you caught me this time, yeah. So the King's Pyramid, first of all, this collection has been inspired by a concept called the Tower of Hanoi. It is common in computer programming and mathematics. And you look at that, and we are using pyramid concepts to do the iteration movements, and so on and so on. And so the King's Pyramid was actually coined by players.
Yeah.
That did not come from us. Yeah, the first time we presented this game to people for play, and they were like, so what's this game called, and so on and so on. We were still looking for a name, and they went ahead and coined the King's Pyramid, and that's where we picked it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it can be found on Play Store?
Yeah, we just published on Play Store the other day.
Yeah.
What we have on Play Store is the first out of the 10 games in the collection. And it's amazing what we have in there. You can download the app. We have also incorporated an inbuilt mechanism, an inbuilt shuffling mechanism into the game, so that you can also create your own play environments. And it's being received so well so far.
Great. Yeah. So for how long have you, for how long has it been in existence, and how is the uptake? So how are people receiving it?
The physical set, by then it was a 5-in-1, was created in 2018. From then we've been adding on to the collection, and the app came into being this year actually. We started on it last year. Then the COVID situation disrupted the development process, and now we are live. So we can say since 2018 we've been doing this, and right now we are now trying to go into the market to make sure that we provide what we have for people to play. Yeah.
And as an app developer, when you're saying you're going into the market, what's your market strategy like?
Wow. So with the apps, there are mechanisms in which we can monetize the apps. We have the ad mechanisms. We can also do the subscription avenues. We can also use in-app purchases and so on and so on. But for the board game, this now requires publishing and being shelved into the stores. Yeah, basically that is what the market looks like for both app developers and now the board game developers in Kenya.
Okay, so the more people download, the more business sorts of starts looking like a reality to you.
Definitely. The more the downloads, the more people play, the more people interact with ads and all that, the more revenues into the pockets.
Great. Now, how about copyright issues? How did you go about that?
We dealt with that already. We have copyrights from the Kenya Copyright Board. Yeah, it was quite a soft process, given that we have a unique and an authentic product. So that went well, and we are covered. Yeah, sure.
Great. So for anyone who'd like to probably download the app, how do they go about that?
So just go into the Play Store app. You can just do a quick search, The King's Pyramid. You'll just see the app there. You can also visit our website, that is www.thekingspyramid.com, and you will be able to get the app on your phone.
And follow the instructions given.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you so much, Victor Karume, CEO of the King's Pyramid LLC.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, there you have it. A true definition of innovators. For me, that's a first in Kenya, a game app. For now, we take a short commercial break. But when we do come back, gadget review with Joe Wanjora. Stay tuned.